When was the last time you read a book? An actual, like, book? Okay, I know that we can read digitally now and listen to audiobooks and watch great YouTube videos as well. But when was the actual time, the last time you actually picked up and read a book? And when was the last time you read it cover to cover? Welcome, this is day 31 of my 90-day mental, emotional, spiritual, physical well-being challenge. And it's a really interesting question. I have lots and lots of books. In fact, the room that I'm in, it's my study. I have some in front of me and on the shelves behind me, and some in a bookcase over here and a bookcase over there. And I've been really inspired to buy books that might have been recommended, or that I'm meeting the author and I'm really inspired by their story. All sorts of books, as in definitely personal development. That's definitely one of my top interests. Relationships, health, healthy eating, nutrition, well-being, and also, I mean, finance as well, and also just generally fiction books, right? Definitely biographies as well, but just books that will just take you to another place, another dimension. And it's one of the things where, when you find that you can get yourselves absorbed in another story and somebody else's comings and goings and the interactions I have with people, you can lose yourself, as I say, lose yourself in a good book. So this is something which, we do all the time when we watch TV, when we're watching a movie or a series, and we get involved in the stories, the dynamics of the families or the characters and their interactions, and every great story has got a structure. So it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it's got, where things are generally quite, depending on where we start the story, quite nothing's really happened. It's just kind of very everyday, very ordinary. And then something happens and they're given an invitation, as it were, to go on a quest, or someone comes into their life and they're curious about them, and the journey starts. It's like, do they accept the invitation? And what happens when they're on that journey? Who do they meet? There's inevitably some kind of a conflict. There's inevitably some kind of reflection of, wait a minute, I'm out of here, or finding solace in something else to not deal with that conflict or that problem. But every great story is about the hero or heroine overcoming that challenge, finding some strength from somewhere to get through whatever that difficult period was. And there'll be other challenges along the way. And in the end, generally we all love a good ending. But it's not even about the happy ending. It's about the journey, and it's about the growth. It's about the evolvement of the character that just gets us hooked, because we can relate to whatever is going on for the character. That's why we carry on watching. That's why we carry on reading. And it's a great way to really boost your own internal well-being, to fire off the imagination, to lose yourself in the words, to pick up some new vocabulary as you read, to be curious about what certain words mean or the context of it, and also just to get the syntax of the story and how it's evolving. So it's a really, really great idea to find yourself a book that inspires you. It could be somebody's life story. That's, there'll be those cycles of something going great and then they lose it all, and how they overcame that and how they got through. So, I would challenge you to pick up a book, pick up something. It could be a classic. Classics are classics for a reason. And really start finding that place. You can just, as I say, just completely lose yourself. Time can just go so quickly, literally when they call it a page turner. And it can be a really good way to just inspire you and to feel good about humanity and about yourself, and get yourself into a space where, you know, you're curious. You know, readers are leaders, so they say. So get reading. I'll see you in the next video.